actions dictated something totally different in the process. Yeah.
That kind of go back to the conversation we were having, you know what I'm saying, when we was texting about that interview. You know how like right now, like we're having a conversation, you know what I'm saying? We're actively listening. I think this is a cognizant thing. This is something that it's learned behavior, but it's refined. It's a refined, innate thing that we do, because in order to survive, we got to be able to observe our surroundings, listen, blah, blah, blah. It's a learning thing. But as you get older, it just becomes like a courtesy. It's one of the things that we just do. And it kind of had me thinking, and I knew that us talking was going to kind of bring me to this point when I was saying how like Kanye does not register the conversation cues. Like he's talking and he's saying words and he's getting these ideas out because the ideas are there. You know what I'm saying? They're stacking on top of each other. The more he opens his mouth, the more ideas flow. And he can't because of how his brain works. He can't just he can't put commas in between them. He can't separate these thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So he's taking these ideas and he's like just stringing them together based on word cues. So like Nori asked him about, why'd you take Soulja Boy off the album? Kanye trying to be the funny guy. You ain't hear that verse? Niggas laugh a little bit. He meant to be funny. That's something he meant to do. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to be normal. He's trying to be the normal guy. He know he ain't normal, but he's trying to be normal. He's trying to be charming. The conversations kind of go forward from there. And he starts like, this is where the word cues come in. So what you say? What's wrong with it? Kanye now, he has to one up the last statement he made, and it kind of snowballs into a stream of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? It's like a nigga that's high. You know how niggas that's high always psychoanalyze everything? So think about it. This nigga, he just hit the weed and he sipped a little bit, but maybe that's too much for his brain to even fucking do with. You see what I'm saying? For one, I could tell he ain't a smoker. The way he hit the cone. You know what I'm saying? But the way his stream of consciousness works is like we're talking, and I was like, yeah, I copped this new MPC. Man, MPCs came out and blah, 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 blah. Back in that year, this happened. And then the person that happened to came from here. We started on MPCs. Now I'm giving you the history of the motherfucker that ain't had nothing to do with MPCs because I'm just doing word association in my head. You know what I'm saying? And he did that through the whole interview, dude.
Yeah, he was all over the place, man. And it was just like, yo, what are we definitively talking about in each one of these questions or statements that are being answered? Like when the question is asked, what is the statement that you're trying to make? Where are we getting to? And like you were saying, it's like word association. He just builds on it, and I get it. But for me, it makes it harder for me to like listen to it.
It's hard to digest.
Yeah, because it's like I'm a man that I don't listen to it like that, or that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for if they say, well, what made you make the Yeezys red, and you tell me about everything else that led up to it, the history of how you got to that moment, and I need to call Beanie Siegel because I owe him for the name Yeezy. And it's like, no, but why did you make the color red? Why were the first Yeezys red? Like what? Why is that?
You were looking for a traditional interview, and
I just wanted him to answer questions.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But that's the whole thing. Like, bro, if you really look back at all of his interviews, if it's not controlled in a way where a person can actually get Kanye to kind of home in. I don't think anybody since he had the accident, I think there might have been one interview where he was like very clear in his thinking. And that was way early on. That was like right around the time when Rockefeller broke up and they asked him why'd he leave with Jay instead of going with Dame, and he kind of like answered that question. And he was, he's still fairly young. The trauma from the accident was still like
fresh.
Healing. Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? But I believe that the first instance of him actually exhibiting the the symptoms of that was when he did that George Bush comment, bro. I think he was in a deer in headlights, man. It was word association. He was looking at the situation, he felt moved, and he said it like boom. And that was a sign that his mental filter was off. You know how like we think things through, and even though we might have said the same thing, we'd have been a little bit more tactful, because we know, especially under those circumstances, it's like that, because that was a now or never moment.
But you could see it on his face. You could see it on his face. It was building up. Like he was getting anxious to say something.
Yeah,
and I thought he was going to issue say a statement that was more, like you said, more profound and put together. Yeah, more thoughtful. And he just said George Bush don't like black people.
He said what he was thinking. And that's what Kanye has been doing for the last 2 decades.
Was it what he was thinking, or was it just the first thing that just?
It's like if the thought is building up in his head again, the word association aspect of it, every idea is stacking in his head until he says it or until he does something about it. His music even sounds like it, bro. If you think about like all the elements and the layers and the breakdowns, the way his music is constructed versus like what we're used to. Because being a creative, you kind of like build things methodically. You have a method to, like, if you're a painter, the way you want to institute mixing colors and stuff like that, color blending and stuff like that. Making beats, the same thing with blending samples, chopping them up, blah blah blah. But now the way he incorporates so many different people and so many different elements into like creating music, that he doesn't even make music conventionally. He doesn't think conventionally, because I believe that head trauma, bro. I believe it, and that's not like a
knock on him or anything, but it's just like, ever since then you've been acting a certain way, and I can go with that. I've been watching certain other people who've had severe head trauma from car accidents as well.
Yeah. And you see like little nuances, little small things about them that just don't, especially click. Yeah, and then that's what I mean. It happens, bro. It's just the brain is a very delicate fucking organ.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And there's so many things about the brain that we.
Southside, how you doing? Eastside, how you doing? Westside, how you